Day 3. Vatican Museums. Sistine Chapel from Ottaviano Station. Follow via Ottaviano until you find a crossroads with a traffic light. There you will start to go around the Vatican wall on the right to reach the entrance to the Vatican Museums. The name is museums because there are several things inside. The Pinacoteca has more than 400 paintings by great artists such as Raphael, Leonardo da Vinci, Caravaggio. The Gallery of Maps has a beautiful ceiling that will make you walk looking up. The Sistine Chapel by itself is already a work painted by Michelangelo with the creation of Adam, with his hand outstretched and God's index finger almost touching him. Inside the Sistine Chapel, it is forbidden to photograph, but you can see it inside in 360 degrees in the Sistine Chapel. Virtual tour. There is also the spiral staircase by Giuseppe Momo from 1932, which is at the exit of the museums. The Vatican Museums ticket of the Vatican Museums already has the entrance with the Sistine Chapel. When buying your ticket, choose the Skip the Line option, where you mark the time you will enter the museum and you don't have to wait for hours. Tip: buy tickets for the first time slot and go straight to the Sistine Chapel, leaving the visit inside the museum for later. So you can visit it still empty and even sit down to admire all the details more calmly. And then yes, take the route through the Vatican Museums. St. Peter S. Square. Vatican, the construction of the square, took place between 1656 and 1667, carried out by Bernini with the support of Pope Alexander XIV. In Piazza San Pietro, there are 284 columns and 88 pilasters that circle the square in a 4-row portico. At the top of the columns, you see the 140 statues of saints made by Bernini's disciples in 1670. To enter the square, you need to have your knees, décolleté, and shoulders covered. Women, it's worth wearing a scarf on your shoulders. Basilica di San Pietro. And a cupola. When you enter Piazza San Pietro, there will be a huge queue, but it's only to go through the metal detector. The Basilica di San Pietro was built between the years 1506 and 1626 with the help of Michelangelo and Bernini on the site where St. Peter, one of the 12 apostles and first pope of the Catholic Church, was buried. When you are leaving the basilica, exit to the left, and on the side of it, you will see the queue for the ascent of the dome. Climbing to the dome of the Basilica of San Pietro is a must, but it requires a bit of preparation after all. After taking the elevator, you still have to climb another 304 steps. Try to go as early as possible to go up, to avoid the queues that can form behind you if your pace is slow, or you get stuck behind someone with a slow pace on the way up. The summit hours are from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., but it can only go up until 4 p.m. It costs €8 for the elevator, plus the 304 steps, and the amount is paid on the spot. You take the guided tour through an app installed on your cell phone, Vox City app in Portuguese from Portugal. Important: take your headphones, otherwise you will need to buy a headset for €1. There is internet in the Basilica, in case you don't have the app downloaded yet. Go from Ottaviano Station to Flaminio Station, or walk 30 min Piazza del Popolo in. Piazza del Popolo are the twin churches of Santa Maria Montesanto and Santa Maria dei Miracoli. In the Basilica Santa Maria del Popolo, you can see works by Caravaggio, among which is the Crocifissione di San Pietro from 1600. In the square is also the Flaminio Obelisk, the oldest and the second largest in Rome, second only to the obelisk in Piazza San Pietro. At either end of the square are 2 fountains by Valadier. The square has become a cultural symbol of Rome, where concerts and cultural events take place, because as the name says, the square belongs to the people, Popolo. Piazza La Napoleone. It is the square that overlooks Piazza del Popolo. To get there, just climb the stairs on the side of the fountain with 3 statues and follow the path up there. The view is very beautiful. From this square you can visit Villa Borghese, Borghese Gallery. The Galleria Borghese was a palace where many heirs of one of the richest and most powerful Italian families of all time lived. It is a combination of arts, paintings, and sculptures by great Italian names, and some works are now in the Louvre Museum. Buy the Villa Borghese ticket in advance so you don't waste time in line. Or by buying the Roma Pass, you already have access, just book. Via del Corso is Rome's shopping street, Rome's open-air mall with H&M, Terra Nova, Zara, and Nike. Every year there is a summer, August, and winter January sale. Way of the Cross at Pastificio Guerra, open until 7:30 p.m. There are small plates of pasta with sauce, and every day the flavors change. It only has an option to take away. It costs €4 and is easy to find, as there is usually a queue. And on the same street is Pompey, which has been selling the best tiramisu in Rome since 1960. This is a very famous typical Italian sweet made from mascarpone, a well-known cream cheese, chocolate, and coffee. It costs €4. Via Condotti u Via del Carosella is the chic street of Rome, where the high fashion stores such as Gucci, Valentino, Armani, and many others are known, and where the best photo of the square is. Via del Trentone shopping street, where there is Tiger, cheap designer store, and OVS, very close to the Trevi Fountain. If you still have energy or time, zigzag through the shopping streets. They are very beautiful to see.